Hello, everybody. We're Streetlight Babble, and this is just a follow up on the last video we made. I wanted to talk about the trailers and the previews before the movie because they were all shit. They were bad. They were really bad. Boss baby. How many minutes do you need to take to build up just one little movie about a baby who hates puppies and thinks they're too cute, played by Alec Baldwin? You need to breathe. You need to breathe. Okay, listen, like, Boss Babe, it was just throwing jokes at me in this preview, and I was laughing at none of it. A little bit of me died each time it threw me a joke, like when they're throwing powder on the baby's butt and he farts powder up into the air, and Alec Baldwin baby, it's just, and they explain the premise of the movie to you like 5 times more than they show you jokes from the movie. And here's the little cherry on top for me. When the trailer ended, there was a kid in front of us because we were seeing Lego Batman. And there was a kid in front of us, and he was just like, oh. I'm like, a kid now? When I was a kid and I saw a trailer, I was like, yeah. But now, what is it with movies nowadays? These like little corporate pieces of garbage thrown together, safe little fart jokes, and now even our kids are just, oh, we're tired of it. It's bad. It's just bad, Jake. It's bad.
Alec Baldwin, I trusted you.
I mean, you can't desensitize kids to the horridness of the world this quickly through a little shitty comedy movie? Do you see what you're doing?
Alright, so here's the thing about that. I can see where there's a clever original idea in there. Now, don't get me wrong, I am not endorsing this movie whatsoever, but I can see someone's like, oh, you know what would be funny is if we did like an animated version of, oh god, what's that movie where the babies talk like they're Baby Geniuses. Let's do Baby Geniuses, but instead of having them all be geniuses, they're all corporatist
and most of the babies are still babies, but like they can't write, but they're still able to talk and have plans.
And they're able to talk coherently enough where someone who's older is able to understand them. Now, I understand where they were going with it. And I understand the casting of Alec Baldwin as people see 30 Rock and like, oh my gosh, that guy plays a fantastic boss character.
Alec Baldwin can play a huge asshole boss who's a piece of shit and is just a corporatist asshole? Yeah, I'm sure that's what he can do.
But
He can. I'll give him that he can do that.
But there is no soul that I saw coming out of that. I just saw basically someone taking that idea of like I just imagine like a white surrounded boardroom in some studio saying, okay, we're going to take that, but we're going to like write, like us as a production company, we're going to write in all the jokes for you guys. So like there's no ad-libbing whatsoever. There's no little funny one-offs. We just want to make all of the jokes, like I said, just fart jokes or gross out jokes or that kind of a joke. And don't get me wrong, every once in a while, a well-placed fart joke can work. But when your entire comedic structure is set up that way, that's kind of where I have a disconnect with the comedy.
I don't know. It's like fine art. You'll know it when you see it, and good comedy. You'll laugh when you hear it. And we just didn't laugh, and just that was the part that made me want to talk about this when I heard a kid 5 rows in front of me go, oh.
But Chris,
just already hating movies.
But Chris, aren't you excited for Smurfs 3? The Smurfs movie where they're not going into the real world?
What is it? Why is Smurfs making money? Stop, people. You see, you are supporting them with your money by paying for these things. You're telling them this is okay. Smurfs 3 is okay. It's not okay, fellows.
It's not okay.
My fellow human beings, it's just not. It never will be. What was Smurfs? What was the hook of Smurfs in the first place? It was a little comedy show for infants, and now you're trying to turn it into this big, fantastic movie. And, like, the spoiler, I'm gonna guess they run into Lady Smurfs.
Yeah, so the premise of the story is Smurfette runs into someone who looks like Smurf Village, and so they go off to find this lost village of Smurfs. And like you said, we're pretty sure the twist is they're all women. And
they're all chicks, and probably with, like, one dude.
Yeah, like one
probably
dude.
just to juxtaposition it, maybe add some feminist messages for the mainstream audiences. You know how it is.
Which, you know, is fine, but it's just it looks like it's going to be poorly construed, and the whole movie looks like it was an accident waiting to happen.
Looks. The last two were poorly construed. This one is going to be poorly construed. Let me tell you. It's just, how come, and this is, trailers, the people who make trailers must think that we're morons, because just like Boss Baby, they were explaining the premise of the film like 30 times in the trailer. Like, remember Alien, the trailer for Alien, where it was just lines forming, and scary music, and Ripley running, and just loud noises, and then finally the lines form the word alien, and there's a little egg cracking in the background. That gets you interested. That's just mysterious enough to make you really want to see it. But no, don't explain the plot 30 times and put all your funniest, not funny jokes into the trailer. They're just treating us like morons because we're giving our money for moronic things. This is a PSA. Stop.
One thing I kind of want to touch on, kind of in that same vein, is if you look at the current marketing campaign for the upcoming Guardians of the Galaxy movie, if you look at it, they haven't released anything about the plot. They just said, hey, your favorite people are coming back, and they're going to be in a movie together, and we're not telling you anything of the plot whatsoever. I mean, we know that there's going to be Guardians of the Galaxy coming back, and
we do.
I mean, if you've been following a lot of the press releases, you kind of get little tidbits here and there, but they really haven't actually made that big of a plot reveal yet, which is good. Mm-hmm. In a movie, you want to have that teaser aspect.
I mean, the previous movie already teased it with Star-Lord's father. What's going to happen? We already want to know, and they know that we already want to know. Marvel's just so much better at this. They're not treating us like morons, and that's at least what makes me feel a little bit better about their films and their shows.
Well, not just Marvel, but Disney in general. I mean, when kind of harkening back to the whole Force Awakens marketing campaign, that was a very successful campaiin because they, once again, showed none of the plot whatsoever going into the movie. They had little teases. You saw Harrison Ford a little bit, you saw Chewbacca a little bit, you saw kind of images of Rey and Finn and all the new cast members. But none of us knew what was going to happen in the plot, which was so... I mean, the movie has flaws, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, the movie has flaws rehashing the whole previous plots, which could be another video entirely, but, But
at the same time, it was refreshing going into a movie completely blind and not knowing what was going to happen, not knowing any of the twists, not knowing anything whatsoever about the movie other than, a couple of names of characters, and that was it. But... And then there's Despicable Me 3.
Then there was a Despicable Me 3. I guess they're making fun of, like, the 80s there? I don't know. Mm-hmm. What's going on with that?
Yeah, I noticed Trey Parker's attached to this one.
Despicable Me 3. Steve Carell needs a paycheck.
You're not wrong on that one. That's what I got from that.
Remember, folks, if you don't know why someone's doing something, if you don't know, hey, why are these writers writing a shitty movie? Hey, why is this actor starring in a shitty show? Money. That's the reason. Always was, always will be. You don't know why someone's doing something, money. And that is one of my main rules in life. That's what my daddy taught me.
You have a dad?
I mean, he taught it to me by leaving. But...
Oh.
He just got cigarettes. He's coming back. Okay, so...
Chris, he went to go get cigarettes in 2003.
He's held up. He's held up. So, anyway, Despicable Me 3, I don't know. I mean, at least they didn't divulge the plot. I guess they're fighting an 80s villain, but I don't know. I've already lost hope for the Despicable franchise, so just... It is a Despicable franchise. Get it?
Yeah. Well, I guess that's pretty much all we wanted to say. We just kind of wanted...
Trailers suck today. Most of them, anyway.
Yeah.
That rhymed.
Well, the Ninjago movie kind of looks funny.
Ninjago movie looked funny, but again, that was a Lego movie thing. Actually, Lego Batman made fun of it a little bit,
Yeah.
talking about, safe music that parents and studio executives will love. Hey, Batman knows, everybody. You need to learn it too. Stop giving him your money. Your money. Here.
Well,
See the world through my eyes.
That's... Oh, I guess we're doing that now.
See it. See what I look like?
It's a very dark outlook on life.
Bye. Dark outlook.